Hey guys, what is up? My name is Brienne and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with this week's reading vlog. Alrighty guys, so I did just get out of bed, not like just got out of bed, but I've just finished waking up and I thought I should update you guys on what I read last night, because I did not actually pick up this book until last night. I gave myself a few days between my last read and this one, just because the last read really did have an impact on me and I fell into a slight reading slump, but I pulled myself out of it really quickly because I ended up staying up until 2 in the morning last night reading this book, and I ended on page 207. So I read 207 pages of this book just last night, and I was gonna continue to read it because I have just about 100 pages left of it now. But I figured I'd let what has happened in the book so far sit, and I'm really liking the plot. At first when I picked it up, I thought it was going to be some knockoff version of the Hocus Pocus movie, because I grew up with that movie and I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite movie all year. And so I was very cautious going into this one, but really the only similar aspects of this book are that there's 3 sisters and they're accused of being witches. And I really like this one. I like the aspect of Beau and Penny being together. I like their relationship, though there wasn't much set up for them other than the fact that Penny was attracted to him, which I kind of would have liked to see more of Beau being attracted to her, but of course we don't always get what we want. But I really like this, and I would really like to know more about not just Beau's past and family, because we know his brother died in Sparrow the year before, which is why he's there. But we also don't know what happened to Penny's father. Like, we know he went missing and he just randomly gone one day. But I would also like to know a little more about her mom. Like, I get that she's going crazy, but she's alluding to stuff. Like, she has these moments of clarity where she says stuff that doesn't seem to make sense, but then she falls back into like a slump where she just doesn't talk and doesn't make sense. And so I want to see if that just plays a bigger role, or if that's there to set up the fact that her mom's going crazy. I would like to see them find Penny's dad, but of course that's not really what the whole book is about. And I really have this theory that somehow, since I haven't seen the 3rd sister yet, that the sister Hazel is actually either inside of Penny or her best friend Rose. Because from the flashbacks that we get, I can tell that Hazel is more of the naive one who doesn't really like how the sisters act sometimes, and doesn't want to fall into that category of, oh, like, we're witches. So I'm thinking she's either in Penny or Rose. Rose would make sense because she helped Gigi, who has Aurora in her, but I can also see it being Penny because Penny tries to stay out of all of it, and she can see the sisters. So what if when she was younger, Hazel came up and took possession of her, but just purposely never went back into the water, and that's why Penny can see them, but she has not seen Hazel. So I'm thinking that could be why, but at the same time, I think that's a little far-fetched. So I'm going to keep reading some today. I will update you guys because I think I'm just going to end up finishing this right away. But I will let you guys know my final thoughts when I finish, and any thoughts that I have along the way. So I have 45 pages left in the book, and I would just like to say right here, right now, that I was right. Penny has been inhabited by Hazel this entire time, and I like that Hazel wants to stay, and I like that she hasn't actually killed anyone so far, but I really, really hope that the curse is broken just by the fact that she went an entire season without killing. Maybe just for her, that would be nice. If it was all the sisters, that would be really, really, really nice. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I want it to, because like they could all be at peace and not have to kill anyone anymore, and everyone would kind of just be safe and wouldn't have to worry about it. But I don't know how it would go if she just doesn't go back to the ocean and she takes over Penny's body for the rest of her life. So that would be interesting to see. It'd also be interesting to see how Beau reacts to finding out that Penny is Hazel. And if he does, I wonder if he's actually going to kill her, or if he would completely change his mind on how, like, the sisters are. But at the same time, I can see him getting like super mad and just leave. Like, just leave. He doesn't do anything, he kind of just leaves. I have a feeling that it's not going to be Beau who does anything. I have a feeling it's going to be Penny's mom, because she knows. She's known this entire time when her daughter was taken over by Hazel, but she didn't do anything. She let her stay. And I think that it's Penny's mom that has this knowledge that's like, okay, well, Penny is strong enough, so her sense of strong will to not do anything bad, to harm anyone, is going to help Hazel keep from hurting people. And I think it's going to be a different sense of, I did this right, and a mixture of Hazel and Penny's emotions that actually contributed to how Hazel feels about Beau and how Beau feels about Penny or Hazel. But I think it would be really cool to see their relationship after Hazel leaves. But I really like that. I really like where it's going so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes in the last 45 pages. So I have like 7-8 pages left of this book, and the ending is a total cop-out ending. Like, self-sacrifice? Seriously? Like, I get it, it's a noble act, but it's done so much with romance. Like, I get it. You want to save them, and you want them to be able to live their lives, blah, 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 blah. Be freaking selfish for once. Oh my god. Like, it's such a cop-out to have her sacrifice herself. Like, I get it, she's tired. And I get she just wants her sisters to stop, but her sisters have been selfish, so why can't she? Like, she wants a human life. Let her have a human life. Let her be selfish. I want an ending where the main character or like the villain is actually being selfish and just doesn't come to the realization at the very end where they need to sacrifice themselves to fix everything that they've done wrong. No, like, you've still killed people. You obviously don't feel sorry about it until you end up realizing you're in love with the last guy's brother that you killed. I'm like, just give it up. Just be selfish in an ending for once. Like, I like Penny as a character, but I really liked Hazel as Penny so much more. Like, Penny was really just all about, like, staying alone and taking care of her mother, and Hazel made her just go out there and do stuff, and I liked that. Like, she got to do stuff. She wasn't buried in her grief anymore. Like, come on, can't we have that, please? Please? Like, what? Like, I get it, it's a good ending. Like, if I hadn't read so much romance already that ends with a cop-out ending, I would be okay with this. But it's not. Like, I've read so many where this is almost the exact same ending, where the person who's fighting and doing all these things wrong has to give it up to not be selfish anymore. That's the lesson they have to learn. Just don't be selfish. Just end it. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, every book. So, I just finished the book. It was okay. I didn't have any real emotional attachment to it or the characters, and I think that's why this book doesn't really have an impact on me. Like, it was a good story. A good plot line, followed along well, excellent writing. But that's about it. Like, I formed absolutely no emotional connection to any of the characters, any of the plot line. Like, I kind of just read it to get it out of the way. Like, it's been on my bookshelf for 2 years, and I think I just read it to read it. Because I don't feel any sort of emotional attachment to it that I would with some of my favorites, like Cassandra Clare books, or House of Earth and Blood, or They Both Die at the End. I don't feel any of that attachment, and it kind of sucks, but it was an okay book. I'd recommend it. I think I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 stars, just because it wasn't anything special, and it's definitely not one of my favorites, but it's still a good book, and I think it might be aimed for a slightly younger, like, age group than I am, and so there's that. And I think I'm just used to reading other kinds of books, and this one had a weird mesh of romance and mystery, because when you read mystery, the romance is toned down. This one, the romance was, like, really out there, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it was okay. It really was. Nothing too bad I could complain about. It's just I lacked any emotional attachment to it, and I really wish I had. Like, being able to attach yourself to some characters, or the plot even, really gives it that sort of amazing book feeling, but I just didn't feel anything for these characters. Like, it sucked, yeah, that the Swan sisters died and were wrongly accused, but they murder people, and I guess it's okay. Like, there's nothing I can do to change that part of the plot, and there's nothing I can do to change the plot, so it was really just an okay book, but I'd say 3 out of 5 stars, because I would recommend it to people who like this kind of story, but I wouldn't pick it up myself again unless I really feel like trying to analyze it. So I will just leave it at that. Alrighty guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and then let me know down in the comment section below if you have any books that you just couldn't find yourself attached to any of the characters with.